And at the same time, we are directing commentators on the Qur'an not to restrict themselves to the linguistic meaning of the verse, but to add the scientific dimension so that we can understand the verse in a better way and can prove the precedence of the Qur'an by mentioning this fact several centuries before man knew anything about it. And this can testify to every rational person that the Qur'an cannot be the work of man. It has to be the word of the Creator in its divine purity. And this is again a living testimony to the correct prophethood of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
If we go back to the second part of the verse.
Before we go to the second verse.
No, the second part of the verse.
Yes, the second part of the verse. I would like also this fact that you cannot see the stars. This implies the vastness of the universe. You see, because the universe is vast, is immense. You see, the stars are too far away from us. We cannot see it. So it implies the greatness of the universe as far as space would go. It also implies the antiquity of the universe, because space and time are interrelated. And if something is too far away from you, it must be too much older than you think. And the more it's further from you, the much older it must be. So this verse also implies the vastness of the universe and the antiquity of the universe, which have been only very recently proved by astronomers.
Yes. Doctor, exploring the moon and trying to know more about the planets and the stars that is existing in the universe, is that something that would take human to a different level of science, maybe help humanity in some sort? Because people are definitely using their imaginations towards this side.
True, but again, you see, this is an area where the Qur'an is continuously pushing people to look into it, because knowing the universe reflects on some of the faculties of your Creator. The greatness of the universe reflects on the greatness of the Creator. The precision of everything in that universe reflects on the knowledge and wisdom of the Creator. The control above everything in that universe. There is no randomness in that universe. Everything is running according to very precise laws. And this reflects again on the knowledge, wisdom, might, and power of the Creator.
Okay, before we go to a break, I just want to know a brief answer for you for the stressing on the second part of the verse, وَإِنَّهُ لَقَسَمْ لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عَظِيمٌ.
Yes.
So is this stressing and emphasizing the power and the greatness of
Yes, yes, it's addressing, actually directing man to look into the universe, so that this looking with scientific approach can testify to man, first of all, that this universe cannot be produced as a product of randomness and chaos. It cannot have created itself by itself. It needs a creator, and this creator must be much greater than this universe. This creator must be above the universe. Neither matter nor energy can shape his identity. Neither space nor time can delimit that identity. And even astronomers of today admit that this vast, immense, orderly universe must have a point of reference outside it. And that point of reference has to be completely different in its nature from everything that is within that universe. And that's exactly what the Qur'an says about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٍ وَهُوَ السَّمِيعُ الْبَصِيرُ. Nothing of his creation looks like him, and he is the most powerful in hearing, the most powerful in knowledge.
Okay, we'll go for a short break, and we will provide you with this verse, and we will return back, so stay tuned.
The companions of the Prophet ﷺ, all of them trustworthy. We don't look into their adala, if they are trustworthy or not. They are all trustworthy. Following their footsteps will bring others, will bring us together. It will be part of that robe which binds us as one ummah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back. You're watching Quran and Science. And before we move to the second verse, وَالسَّمَاءِ وَالطَّارِقِ, I would like to ask if Zabihullah, you have any questions regarding the first verse?
Yes, I have a question. Professor, I just want to know how this star came to order in a very organized way.
You see, the process of creation of the universe is a very elaborate process. And all what we know is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created everything from a single point, which they call the initial singularity. And we came to understand this from the fact that it has been proved that our universe is steadily expanding. And if we go back against time, this expansion will coalesce. Everything in that universe will come together into a tiny little point that almost comes to nothingness, you see. And from this, they say the universe was created by the Big Bang. And this point exploded and of course changed into a cloud of smoke. And from that smoke, Allah has created the earth and everything in that universe. The stars, the galaxies, the constellations, the moons, the planets, everything was created from that smoke. And we believe in that because in the Quran, we have clear-cut notions for the creation from smoke, the fact that the universe is expanding, the fact that the universe was an initial singularity which Allah has broken asunder. We read, ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى إِلَى السَّمَاءِ وَهِيَ دُخَانٌ, or before that, وَالسَّمَاءَ بَنَيْنَاهَا بِأَيْدٍ وَإِنَّا لَمُوسِعُونَ. And the firmament we have built with might, and verily who have made it that vast will be steadily expanding it. And the expansion of the universe was discovered at the beginning of the 20th century. For the Quran to spell it out 14 centuries ago is a miracle by itself. Then we read, ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى إِلَى السَّمَاءِ وَهِيَ دُخَانٌ. Then Allah established Himself in a way that suits His glory on the firmament when it was all as smoke. And from that smoke, He has created the earth and everything else. ثُمَّ اسْتَوَى إِلَى السَّمَاءِ وَهِيَ دُخَانٌ فَقَالَ لَهَا وَلِلْأَرْضِ ائتيا طوعا أو كرها قالتا أتينا طائعين. Allah ordered things be, and it was. And then we read, أولم يرى الذين كفروا أن السماوات والأرض كانتا رتقا ففتقناهما وجعلنا من الماء كل شيء حي. Having the unbelievers seen that both the firmament and the earth were a single entity, and then we broke them asunder. So we believe in the Big Bang theory or something like it, because this is very clearly spelled out in the glorious Quran.
Okay, Professor, discussing the Big Bang theory. So those non-believers don't think that what was before the Big Bang explosion, because sure there was a force that caused this explosion.
Yes. You see, as I said before this episode, a very eminent scholar in our time, Stephen Hawking, said that now we understand that this universe came by an explosion. And he said it is in the inner nature of explosions to scatter things randomly and chaotically. And said for an explosion to build a universe with definite distances, masses, volumes, speed of rotation, this must be very well planned before.
Yes.
And as I said in the previous half of this episode, very eminent scientists in the area of astronomy today say that this vast, immense, orderly universe must have a point of reference outside it. And that point of reference is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this point of reference must be completely different from the creation. Neither space nor time can shape His identity, neither matter nor energy, neither space nor time can delimit His identity, and neither matter and energy can shape that identity.
So basically, Dr. Zaghlol, it's the